Hello, so before starting this video, I would like to read Ecclesiastes chapter 3. It says, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." Now what the devil tries to steal, it is your time. Because when you have a lot of things to do, like we have our priorities to do, we have to work, we have to cook, we have to clean and all of that, which is important. But then the devil, the enemy, he brings distractions to you. For example, being on your cell phone for many hours, just watching random videos, or maybe talking to your friends, or maybe talking on your phone with friends, playing video games. Of course, it is not a sin talking to friends, it is not a sin being on your phone. And we know that, that's why we do it. But what the devil does is that he tries to keep you distracted in those activities. He tries to steal your time, because with your time, you can talk to God. With your time, you can go to God and you can pray to Him. You can read your Bible. When we organize our time better, then we are aware of how we are spending our time. Because sometimes we say, oh, I don't have time to read the Bible. I don't have time to pray. I don't have time to go to church because I am busy. I have to work. I have to study. I have to do different things. But there is always a time for everything. That is what it says in the Bible. We have time for everything, but we have priorities. And we make time for our priorities. So sometimes we say, oh, God is my number one. God is my number one priority. And I cannot live without Him. That is what sometimes we say. But with our actions, we chose something else. We chose something different. Because sometimes we don't have time for our number one priority. We make excuses. We make excuses to ourselves and we say that, oh, but I had to study, I had to work, I had to do all of this, I had to clean my house, I had to do all of this. But you do have time to spend it on social networks. You do have time to talk for many hours to your partner, to your friend, to your sister. That is not bad. But we have to be wise about how we are spending our time. Because that time is something that we cannot get back. Be very careful in how you are spending your time. And we cannot do this with our own strength. Something that I have prayed to God. I have made so many prayers to God. And this is something that a prayer that I made to God many times, that I was telling God, God, I want to be productive. I want to be wise in how I spend my time. Please give me wisdom. I was asking God for wisdom. And I feel that God has been helping me a lot with this, because now I feel like I'm very wise in how I'm spending my time. Of course, I still have more room to improve, but I feel that God has been helping me with this. So if you are struggling with how to be more productive, if you're struggling that if you are maybe not making time for God and you want to do it, you have the desire to do it, then just go to God and tell Him that you want to make time for Him. Tell Him that you want Him to be your number one priority. And tell Him to help you organize your time better. Tell Him to help you lose all addiction that maybe you have to certain things, like maybe being on your phone for many hours. So just go to Him, ask Him, and He will help you. He will give you wisdom, because He did it with me, and He's still working even more on me.